Suit Samus Boost Kick is a great move with a lot of utility, but there's a considerable amount of misconception about it that results in the attack often getting vastly overrated, and I hope for this video to be something to end it all. I'll be showing you how to properly DI Boost Kick and survive it at high percents, how to get out of the attack with approximately a 50% chance with any character, how to always escape the move before the finisher in certain situations, and most importantly how to survive the down throw into 2 up airs into Boost Kick combo in almost every single scenario. Firstly, let's go through the optimal ways to DI this move in different situations. If you're any further from the ledge than the middle of the stage, always DI straight downwards and you'll survive this until over 125%. From here on out, the closer to the ledge you are, gradually move your DI more and more towards the direction of ZSS until at the very ledge your DI should be almost completely towards her. Even at the ledge, this will let you survive the move past 85%. Next, let's look at how this move truly works. The way ZSS spaces her boost kick vertically is by far the most important factor in determining how the attack will ultimately connect. Suit Samus' rage and the opponent's weight, fall speed and size also play a part though. The opponent's damage on the other hand has no effect on anything but the last hit. Boost kick has 8 hits in total. The first hit has decent horizontal range and launches the opponent upwards. Hits 2 to 5 have much smaller hitboxes and weaker knockback, but they're still strong enough to keep the opponent moving upwards along with Suit's vertical movement. Hit 6 stops the opponent's knockback at the apex, hit 7 repositions them, and hit 8 is the finisher. The 6th hit is the one that determines everything. If Suit's opponent is very high above her when she connects with Boost Kick, she can't catch them with the 6th hit at all, and thus they will simply keep launching upwards. With rage this can be a good thing since it can kill the opponent off the top. From around this distance, Boost Kick will often connect in a way that the opponent will get caught into the 6th hit and stop, but the finishing hits will just barely miss them, especially if they hold upwards during the attack. As a result, they will simply drop out of the move and be able to punish ZSS afterwards. With roughly this much vertical distance, Boost Kick will generally always connect properly as long as ZSS doesn't move backward or forward during the attack, with no chance for the opponent to escape. Hit 6 will stop the opponent with the finishing hits also connecting this time, and rage or the opponent's attributes don't make any considerable difference here. If the opponent is within this vertical distance relative to ZSS, Boost Kick will always connect from the strong first hit onwards. This makes the entire attack connect quite reliably without rage, but unlike in the previous case, this time the opponent will have options to DI out of it. ZSS can move during Boost Kick by holding backward or forward as you can see here, and making no input will cause her to move forward just slightly. As the opponent, if ZSS holds forward or makes no input, you can escape the Boost Kick by immediately holding towards her, while if ZSS holds backward in this scenario, the Boost Kick will get you. However, if ZSS connects with the Boost Kick from far away and you hold towards her, she'll get you as long as she doesn't hold forward. In this situation though, you can hold away from ZSS and escape into the other direction, unless she holds forward instead, in which case you'll get trapped by the attack. As the ZSS player, your best bet to trap the opponent with the first hit is to connect with the attack relatively close to them, and if you see the opponent starting to move behind you, immediately start holding backward, or if you see them starting to move away from you, start holding forward. This requires pretty solid reactions though. With high rage, things also get more complicated. Generally, connecting with Boost Kick's first hit from slightly above the opponent results in them getting trapped for the full attack unless ZSS fails to read their DI. Connecting from a roughly even level enables them to drop out or launch out if they hold upwards or away from ZSS. And connecting from below causes them to launch out regardless of anything either player does. Since a grounded Boost Kick is always connected from the first hit onwards and on an even level relative to the opponent, most characters can completely escape it by holding away from ZSS when she's at high rage. Lightweights will generally launch out of the attack, while midweights will drop out of Boost Kick, being able to KO ZSS afterwards. All heavyweights will still get trapped into the full attack though, provided that ZSS follows their DI properly. Now, comboing into an aerial Boost Kick from down throw and 2 up airs is arguably where the attack really shines, but is still nowhere near the ridiculous option it's sometimes made out to be. Here you should always avoid getting carried anywhere beyond the ledge by DIing towards the stage if you're close to off stage, and generally always DI straight down after the Boost Kick because of how high it'll hit you after the combo. Even if you're at the very ledge when you get grabbed, this combo literally won't kill you at the percents where it works if you DI towards the stage through the entire thing, and then down after the Boost Kick finisher. When your percents do get high enough that you would die to the finisher, the Boost Kick won't connect properly anymore. Holding up also lets you pop out at the end of Boost Kick like this a bit earlier. That's all there is to it. You'll nearly always survive this combo on common tournament legal stages by never putting yourself close to the side blast zone with your DI, and always escaping the attack by holding up once you're at lethal percents. Getting grabbed at the very ledge of the stage can be deadly in some specific scenarios and very narrow percent ranges for certain characters, or on Smashville, which has relatively small side blast zones. However, even in these extremely rare situations you can actually DI towards the blast zone during the entire combo, in which case CSS will also die if she chooses to finish you off. In addition, she might not even manage to connect with her boost kick properly and only die herself, so most players won't take the risk. Town and City on the other hand has a fairly low ceiling which can cause you to die to this off the top, but if you get grabbed anywhere else than close to the ledge, you can keep yourself low enough to survive this by simply DIing away, and it still usually won't put you too close to the side blast zone. Platforms are the most common way for this combo to kill players, so on platform stages simply use your DI to do everything you can to prevent ZSS from extending her up airs with low platforms at around 15 to 25%. This way platforms should virtually never kill you either, although you'll usually survive this regardless if your DI is otherwise proper, and of course when you would finally die to this you can escape the combo as usual. Just never do something like this and in most scenarios you'll be fine even on platform stages. The only actually ridiculous thing about the bread and butter combo comes with high rage, as I mentioned in my previous guide, since then the combo often kills without even having to connect properly. Still, always remember that if ZSS misses the grab when she's at considerable rage, it's a certain death for her in nearly any situation versus a capable opponent, so it remains a high risk, high reward option. And then there's Jigglypuff. If you didn't know about the shortcomings of Boost Kick yet, from now on you'll have the knowledge to look at these things more critically and not join in on the people calling the attack overpowered, completely unaware of what they're talking about. Anyway, that's all for this guide. Thanks for watching and later.